In just a second.
We're live, baby.
Oh, look at that.
Welcome to the Idiot's Guide to Horror.
We're back in the same place.
Back again. Aren't we in the same place last week?
No, we were not.
Oh, I threw a pair of headphones live on stream.
Yes.
But we weren't live yet. We were live on here.
Were we?
I can't remember.
I don't think we were live yet.
I remember throwing those headphones right there.
Right, because they were not working.
They're not charged. Whoever invented wireless headphones is dead to me.
Well, then I'm going to take a second to get people in here.
Oh, yeah, me too. And then none of my friends will watch. It'll just be my grandmother and I'll be saying the C word over and over again.
Damn, okay. Oh, shush. Shush us.
Oh, yeah, me too. And then none of my friends.
It's us talking shit in stereo. Oh, look, we have one viewer and it's me.
Oh, damn it. I was going to welcome them to the stream, but now I'm not.
You can welcome me to the stream.
Welcome, Karen, to the stream.
Thank you. All right. All right. I thought that I knew what I was doing there, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand how this works. What's that line that they say about, like...
Tasting pleasures?
I'm not going to tell people to come taste our pleasures.
Oh, I didn't think of anything. I just shared it with no caption. Come taste our pleasures. We'll tear your soul apart.
Also, there's a lot of, like, no, don't do that.
You built the box. We came.
I like that when, like, somebody is trying to be, like, they don't, like, try to con or anything. They're just like, no, don't do that. Give me back that box.
Yeah. Oh, I wait till we could start recording before I ask the question that I need to know the answer to, which is why would anyone build the puzzle in the first place?
So that's, I mean, yeah, I guess we'll get into that. I don't know. I am so scared that I am going to be like accused of. Oh, there we go. I'm so scared that I'm going to end up being accused of kink shaming.
I almost put on my leather harness for this episode, but I decided against it.
I just want to say that this is a blanket statement right from the top that I'm not kink shaming. It's not the same if you're talking about how much Julia sucks. How do I get out of here? Oh, there we go.
You pull it down.
All right. Well, welcome.
Well, you built the box. We came.
Yeah.
Is that what they say?
Something like that.
So
we're going to be talking about Hellraiser. I guess we can start whenever. I mean, there's only one person in here, and it's not me anymore, but...
you solved the box. We came.
Okay, there we go. That's the way it works.
Does Pinhead have a catchphrase? We'll tear your soul apart.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, no, there's nobody here.
Well, damn it.
Where'd you go?
Where'd you go? We miss you so. Seems like it's been forever.
It was really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm crying right now.
What's your pleasure, Mr. Cotton?
Ugh.
What was that guy dragon?
I don't know. I fucking hate Frank, though. Like, I hate Frank.
He's not that bad.
Is this because he's attractive?
He's the most attractive person in this movie.
I think Kirsty's also very beautiful. Yeah, I know, but you recognize beauty.
Yeah, and the only one I'm like attracted to is Julia. That mullet gets me.
I hate her. All right, we've got one person in here. We can get started.
One person's good enough.
Fuck it.
Who's doing which part?
Last week, I don't remember who did what.
Let's just quickly open Spotify.
No, wait, hold on. We just opened last week's script.
Oh, yeah, because
you color-coded it.
I color-coded it.
Hello, whoever is here.
What's that?
We can't tell you what's going on.
No, but Harvard told me to do it. So I was reading an article and it says when to email. And then it's the day after.
Yep.
And then a week after.
I did the hard last week.
Damn it.
Stop leaving.
If you don't come back here right now, well, I don't know what.
I mean, I'm still gonna talk about this movie. I don't really care if there's anybody listening or not, but
Oh, they'll listen. Oh, probably my grandma. She's very old. She's watching on her iPad.
That's cute.
It's an iPad Air, circa 2013, so it's this thick.
Good for her. She's still hanging in there. Onto the iPad, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess we could just start recording. If there is anybody in here, say hi.
But say it in your native language. Which is probably English because...
Probably, yeah. I don't know if we even have anybody from other countries anymore. Say hello.
Good day.
Do it. Say hi. Say hi. Do it. Say hi. Say hi. Okay.
I'll do it.
All right. Well.
Oh, Christopher William Haberman says hello.
Oh, look at that.
Hi,
Christopher William Haberman.
Hi. That's a very, very handsome name.
I wish you would have told me that. I wish that Christopher William Haberman would have told me that that you were wearing your Donnie Darko shirt today.
Oh, I didn't. I get dressed in the dark very early in the morning.
It's cool. You didn't want to match with me. I understand.
I can go put on stripes if you want.
It's okay. We're here now. Okay. I'm going to start recording.
Okay.
There's this. And do we have waves? We have some waves. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. I don't know who all is here. Hi, Mindy.
Hi.
All right. We're going to talk about Hellraiser now.
So buckle your butt belts.
All right. You ready for clap in? All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Idiot's Guide to Horror.
Counteracting the toxic culture surrounding horror fandom, breaking down your favorite horror movies.
With you, as always, your host, Kara Chatterer Popovich.
That was a tongue twister. And Christopher Butterball Haberman. So everybody turn off the lights, grab your fish hooks, puzzle boxes, and... Oh, God, the grammar. And let's get ready to dissect Clive Barker's Hellraiser.
Yay!
Which is how it's written. It says Clive Barker's Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Like John Carpenter's Halloween.
Yeah, written and directed by Clive Barker, who is an author. If you don't know that, I don't know why you wouldn't know that.
Well, now you know.
I didn't prepare enough for this episode. I'm going to be completely honest. I never was really like a big Hellraiser person.
Me neither.
Like,
I saw it for the first time this past year.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did.
I dated a man for a while. This was his favorite horror movie.
Like franchise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that it's like the one that I know the least of out of the three. I like the second one because, as we discussed before we started recording, it's ridiculous nonsense. Mm-hmm. It is just absolute nonsense.
And it's really
so fun.
Nice looking.
It's beautiful. All those like painted sets. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So right now you can watch Hellraiser on Prime, Shudder, Tubi, and an AMC Plus if that's your thing.
I think it's just yours.
Yeah, you can watch Hellraiser anywhere. You can probably watch Hellraiser on YouTube. I didn't look.
But we did talk last week to see if it was
public domain.
And it's inconclusive.
It is inconclusive. Results inconclusive as to whether or not Hellraiser is public domain. But it kind of has the feel of something that could or maybe should be.
Mm-hmm. But they're making another one. I've only seen the first two, and then I've given up.
I don't think that we need more than that. I think Hellbound is fine. And then, like, after that, I think I've seen part of 3, but, like, it just doesn't hold my... Like, I'm not much of, like, a psychosexual horror person.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't love It Follows?
I love It Follows, actually. I do. But it's a different kind of thing. I think, like, in the 80s and 90s, there was, like, this really specific, salacious kind of erotic thriller. And it wasn't for me. It's not my kind of thing. It makes me ever so slightly uncomfortable.
But I mean, you're not into Frank Cotton trying to fuck his niece?
No, I'm not. I'm not into anything about Frank Cotton, and I'm sure that will become increasingly apparent the more that we talk about this movie. Fuck Frank Cotton.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did the back of the. You got to do the back of the box. No, I have to do the back of the box description.
Oh yeah, you had the easy parts. You do the description.
Okay, so I definitely did actually rent this from Family Video as a youth. So I will describe my experience. You're in high school and you're incredibly awkward, right?
Me right now? Yes, I'm very young.
You're an incredibly awkward high school person, and you really like to watch horror movies in your friend's basement because you grew up not really allowed to watch them for some reason. Well, not for some reason. Your mother doesn't like them. And there is the cover of the one that is a guy with a bunch of nails sticking out of his face. And you've heard about this, but you've never seen it. And it says Hellraiser on it. And you're like, is this guy the Hellraiser? Turns out.
Is there something else I can help with?
Okay,
so I wonder how long she was listening.
She was listening for quite a bit, I think. I like that she went,
Yeah.
But anyway, you just assume that Pinhead is the Hellraiser, because why wouldn't you? Turns out that he's not.
No.
He's not the Hellraiser.
Yeah.
But anyway, since you don't know anything about it, you turned over the box in your. I forgot to relate this back to what I was. Yeah, in your fucking Weezer shirt or whatever I was wearing, oversized Weezer shirt or whatever I was wearing at the time. And the back of the box says, "He'll tear your soul apart." An unfaithful wife encounters the zombie of her dead lover, while the demonic Cenobites are pursuing him after he escaped their sadomasochistic underworld. Do you want to give the spoiler warning?
Spoiler warning.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this movie in depth up to and including the end. So if you haven't seen this movie, we told you it's streaming literally everywhere. You could throw a rock into a lake and watch it there. Like, just go. If you haven't seen it and you want to, go ahead, pause this, and go watch it, and then come on back. It's an easy breezy 94 minutes. And it feels like 94 minutes.
It does feel like 94 minutes. It's like definitely like one of those movies that just feels very like, it feels like just a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
But like disgusting.
Unlike Nightmare Alley, which felt like 3 hours.
I still haven't. I will watch it eventually.
Well, guess what? It was 3 hours long.
It is 3 hours long. That's why I haven't watched it yet. I don't have that kind of time. I will fall asleep. I had to like restart. So Chris recently gave me his password to his Movies Anywhere account. And I watched The Night House, but it took me 3 tries because I kept falling asleep, and that movie is 1 hour and 40 minutes long.
Yeah, it's like, it's quick.
It's quick, and I kept thinking, like, man, this is actually scary. How exciting. And then I would pass out.
I can't believe you gave it 3 stars, though.
I have feelings about the end of that movie.
I know, but you took a whole star off. I think I gave it 4.
You did give it 4, and like I understand, but also like the ending just killed it for me.
It was a superb movie up till the end, and then it was just bad.
Rebecca Hall is everything, and then yes, and like that's the thing. Like you have all this momentum, and we will talk about The Night House eventually, in a way that we can like spoil it and really dive into it because I have a lot to say.
It was House of Leaves as fuck.
It was pretty House of Leaves. But it built up so much goodwill, and then like by the end of it, like I was really angry. Like I was like, all of that, you gave me all of that only to leave me with this.
I want you to be taking notes.
All right. Anyway, so we did the spoiler warning. We did the back of the box description. I guess it's time to do some movie facts now, and I will kick us off. So unlike many other horror movies of the time, which were more concerned with gore than great acting, Barker insisted that they look for real talent in the casting. "I'm not just taking the 12 most beautiful youths in California and murdering them," Barker told the Washington Post in 1987. "I've got real actors, real performers, and then I'm murdering them." The real refers to the British theater actors like Doug Bradley, Claire Higgins, and Andrew Robinson.
I waved at Doug Bradley not very long ago, but I was too afraid to go meet him.
I once stalked Doug Bradley through back hallways in the Pittsburgh Mills Mall.
Do you know he has a house in Pittsburgh?
I did not know that.
And that's why he's always at our Steel City cons.
I like that.
Because he summers here, or whatever you would do. What the fuck would you do in Pittsburgh?
Why would you summer in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's not like Vienna.
No.
I
still don't understand you people that are moving to Pittsburgh, actually.
Okay.
No, you're different. You grew up in like Pittsburgh suburbs.
Yeah, I was moving closer.
Mm-hmm. But the people who like move to Pittsburgh from like places with better climates, what are you doing?
Well, I heard we're like top 10 places to live in the world. United States.
Why?
Pennsylvania, maybe. I don't know.
For who? Anyway, that's that. You want to do the next one?
During a post-production party when the filming has ended, which is what post-production party, I would assume that's what it means. Doug Bradley was dismayed to be who the fuck talks like this?
Dismayed to be ignored.
Doug Bradley was dismayed to be ignored by the other members of the crew. He thought that they had gotten on rather well. Oh, he's British as fuck, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gotten on rather well.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until later he realized nobody actually knew who he was because they had not seen him without the pinhead makeup.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Aww.
But I knew who he was when I saw him. But I guess that's because I know what he looks like.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've figured all that out by now. And there is a movie where, like, I think it's in the second one where we see
Doug Bradley as a human
instead of as a Cenobite. The Chatterer and Butterball Cenobites had dialogue in the original script. However, when their makeup made coherent speech impossible, their lines were given to the female Cenobite, and especially Pinhead, which helped to cement his reputation as the film's trademark character.
I love how they call the female Cenobite
female Cenobite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though she has like a gaping wound in her neck.
How would she speak? Okay. Do you remember in Beetlejuice, the woman, what's her name? Whatever her name was, she could smoke through that thing.
Right. Yeah.
Why couldn't female Cenobite smoke through that thing?
I don't know, but Julia smokes a lot.
We'll get there. The film was originally called The Hellbound Heart after the novella upon which it was based. The studio decided it sounded too much like a romance and asked Clive Barker to change it. Barker tried to change it to Sadomasochist from Beyond the Grave, which was rejected for the overly sexual content. He ultimately opened the floor to production team, prompting a 60-year-old female to offer up what a woman will do for a good fuck.
Like, I just love that, like, he was like, we could just call it, we could just name it after the novel. And they were like, oh, no, that's going to confuse people. And he was like, oh, okay, how about Sadomasochist from Beyond the Grave? Because that's exactly what happens in the fucking movie.
I know, but it feels too much like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
It is. It's like, it's ridiculous. I would never, who the fuck am I kidding? I would watch a movie called Sadomasochist from Beyond the Grave.
Yeah.
Who the fuck am I kidding? I would like sit here and act like I'm classy.
Yeah, we're not classy.
Like I didn't eat peanut butter out of the jar this morning. Like I would watch a fucking movie called Sadomasochist from Beyond the Grave. I'm sorry that I tried to lie to everybody about who I am as a person. Due to a very limited budget, there was no money left to have the FX done professionally after the primary filming. Instead, Barker and a Greek guy animated these scenes by hand over a single weekend. Barker has also commented that he thinks FX turned out very well, considering the amount of alcohol the two consumed that weekend. So what do they mean by animated?
I think it's all the lightning bolts on the lament configuration.
Okay. That makes sense.
They don't look that good. But it was the 80s.
That's true.
Okay. Claire Higgins hates horror movies. When she saw the movie for the first time in the premiere, she left 10 minutes after it started because it freaked her out so much, and she's never actually seen the whole movie.
I just really like the first sentence of that. Sounds like the title of like a Babysitter's Club book.
Mm-hmm.
Claire Higgins hates horror movies.
That's what I'm going to write. My next novel is called Claire Higgins Hates Horror Movies.
The concept of a cube being used as a portal to hell has its basis in the urban legend of the Devil's Toy Box, which concerns a six-sided cube constructed of inward-facing mirrors. According to legend, individuals who enter the structure and then close it will undergo surreal, disturbing phenomenon that will simultaneously grant them a revelatory experience and permanently warp their mind. I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, I just Google whatever I feel like. Now, I'm not going to read this whole one because it's too long. But according to Clive Barker, as he was writing the Hellraiser script, it was taking place during the Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, in Halloween time. He intended portrayal of Pinhead was intelligent. However, the producers wanted him to be like funny, like Freddy Krueger, or silent, like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers. But Clive Barker insisted that Pinhead's personality is more like Christopher Lee's portrayal of Dracula, where he's very articulately aware of what he's going to do, and he's very smart and blah 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 blah. Because it's you always feel that he's going to be there, jumps ahead of you, whatever.
I mean, like, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. There is something, I don't know. I kind of feel that, but like then there gets like you get to that part like at the end of the movie when he was like, nope, don't do that. Mm-hmm. Give me that back. And I'm like, I can take you.
Yeah, what's he gonna do?
What's like that's what you've got when I've like got something that holds your life in its hands and don't you give that back to me.
Very stern talking to is what you're gonna
get. The film was originally set in England, hence the obvious London locations. But the studio, New World, thought the film would be more marketable if it was set in America. So many of the English actors, including Sean Chapman, Oliver Parker, and others, were dubbed by American actors. I hate studios, man.
I don't think Frank actually spoke one word of dialogue in that movie because he was overdubbed by somebody else completely.
That's what I thought. Like, when I was watching it, I was like, this guy isn't actually talking, right? Yeah. That's not what his voice sounds like.
My favorite, and we'll get there in the things I hated about this movie, was the woman in the pet shop who says, I want to speak to the manager. And their mouth is like, yes.
I didn't even notice. I was too busy being like...
It's so far off.
I believe you. All right. Well, then. Let's dive right... You can't see if you're listening to this, but I'm wringing my hands with excitement because we are going to dive into Hellraiser. And I have just... jokes and thoughts.
We have such great sights to show you.
No, son of
Nobody says
bitch. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Something like that. I don't know. They say a lot of stuff that would not get me. So, okay, this movie opens up with Frank Cotton in Morocco getting hold of the puzzle box.
And the man he's getting the puzzle box off of is putting whole sugar cubes in his absinthe.
He is putting whole sugar cubes inside of his absinthe.
Which is not what you do.
No, you put it on
the
spoon, and then you melt it.
Yeah.
And then you set the sugar cube on fire, and then you luge the absinthe through it.
Yeah. So that's my first note. You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
Stop doing it wrong.
And my mom went through a whole bottle of absinthe of mine away, so.
I actually just had some absinthe last night. I don't like to drink, but I really like the taste of absinthe. So every once in a while, just like a little, because it tastes like a biscotti.
Well, like black licorice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, he's in Morocco. He gets a hold of this puzzle box. We don't know what it is yet. And then he's in a dark room kneeling with a bunch of candles around him.
In a square.
How he knows how to do this? They never explain that.
No.
That's never fucking explained. How does he know what to do here?
I mean, it seems like the easiest puzzle in the world, honestly, though.
Also, when did his nails get so clean? Because when he first grabs that box, I have a note, nasty nails. Because they're like green and there's just shit caked in them.
They're gangrenous.
And they're disgusting. And
then he gets back from Morocco and he's like...
And then, he gets back from Morocco and he's clean. He
sweaty.
Has cleaned his nails.
Very sweaty.
And he starts performing this, like he solves the puzzle box.
It's like a Rubik's Cube.
Hooks,
death.
Yeah, and then hooks come out of nowhere and start ripping at his flesh,
which is very tan. Like I don't know what they were stabbing.
It looked like paper mache or something, but it was like too stretchy.
Wet paper mache.
It was like wet paper mache.
Like that Cardi B song.
Oh yeah.
Wet ass paper mache.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. WAP. Wet ass paper mache.
Mm-hmm. Macaroni in a pot.
So that's what we know so far of Frank. That's the opening to Hellraiser.
Yeah.
And then like we see like the Cenobite world.
Mm-hmm. Well, Pinhead, or lead Cenobite as he was called in this movie. Essentially, these Cenobites are not named in this movie. The names came later by you and me, the fans.
The viewers,
Yeah.
yes.
But Pinhead puts together a Frank puzzle of his face.
Yeah. Which is like really good. It's like
Yeah.
really gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually really thought that sequence was pretty cool. Also, like the chains and like everything, like
What
just
are
all-
those spinning things doing?
I don't know.
They're not doing anything.
Nothing in this movie is explained to me, and like
No.
I feel like I have to read the novella, even though I don't
think
want
that would,
to.
like there's spinning posts with like hooks and chains on them, and like ears and
Like backs, there's somebody's entire back.
they're just spinning for no reason, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't feel like that's doing anything.
No, it's not, but it's just supposed to be like, I don't know, in the 80s they were like, this is what kink looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And if you want to see kink, go to my bedroom right now. Sorry, Mom.
I will continue to just make the right into the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everything's in the closet. You're fine.
Okay, so then Frank's brother, Larry, and his wife, Julia, who has the worst hair I've ever seen in my life.
She's wrong, guys. She's incorrect. That is a false statement. Julia's hair is magical, and just wait for the flashbacks.
So you would like to have hair that makes you look like a cockatoo?
Yes. God, you've seen me. Remember my hair?
I do remember you had the scene.
I'm every emo kid.
Like
it's all on me.
Yeah, you had like this thing, like a reverse guy from Pan's Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, they're moving into a new house. Then Larry
an old house.
Well, it's an old house, yeah, but it's his mother's house, right?
I didn't pay attention.
I think it's his mother's house, and he's talking about like, oh, this is going to be good for us. And Julia's like, oh, I don't know. And she's smoking a cigarette inside with the door closed, which we all know Chris loves.
And then she puts a cigarette out on the ground.
Yeah, on the hardwood, on the original hardwood. It is.
Does she have no manners at all? Well, no, she does not.
No, she's awful.
Mm-hmm.
She is awful. I don't know which of them is worse. Anyway,
I think she's the worst person in this movie.
I don't know. Frank's pretty terrible.
Yeah, but Frank just really wants to be. We'll get to that.
Right. So.
Julia doesn't even want to live there.
No, she doesn't even want to live there. They go up into this room, and it's like kind of dingy and gross, and it has a mattress on the floor, and it looks like squatters were there.
Mm-hmm.
And Larry goes, "Oh, Frank," and Julia's like, "He's here."
Yeah.
And then she starts looking. Larry leaves the room. Julia starts like poking around, and she's looking through all of these pornographic photos that Frank took of himself and his partners, his various partners. And then she has a flashback memory.
With the best mullet you've ever seen.
Yeah. Is it the best mullet you've ever seen? It's like poodle.
Mm-hmm. Carol Brady.
Yes. Poodle Carol Brady. That is it. That is the look. That is it. That is.
Do you know who's the best mullet I've ever seen was Crystal Method from RuPaul's Drag Race?
And the DeBarge. Yes, the DeBarge mullet.
So attracted to him. I can't describe it in words.
I just like that every time RuPaul saw him, he was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah,
we were talking about the movie Hellraiser. It's directed by Clive Barker. Cenobites.
It opens with no. Blah blah blah. Frank porn. They decided to move in on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Well, she has the flashback of how like the affair with Frank started, right? Which is like garbage. It's trash. It's toxic trash. Because he shows up at the door and then he's just like, "Can I kiss the bride?" Because it was like right before their wedding. And by the way, Frank is Larry's brother.
Yeah.
So, and then like she's like, "Get away from me!" And he like pulls out a switchblade, and then she's like, "Yeah." Then she's into it.
Mm-hmm. This was 50 Shades of Grey before.
But like this, I feel like might even be more realistic than 50 Shades of Grey.
I have no context of the movie or the book. I've never partook in either.
I tried to read the book. It was so bad that I couldn't get through the first 10 pages. And
But
then
how could it be bad if her name's Anastasia?
it is literally the worst thing I've ever read in my life. It is just unreal.
Remember that Meg Ryan movie where she was Anastasia?
In
the cartoon?
Anastasia, yes.
I loved that movie.
Good movie.
Is it Disney yet?
No, that's not Disney.
Mm.
John Cusack was the... I know, don't even get me started. I love that man.
Join us next week when we cover Grosse Point Blank.
I would. There are horror movies that have John Cusack in them. Do you want to talk about
1408.
1408, The Raven, Identity. What's the one where he's the serial killer? The Iceman.
I've only seen 1408.
We got work to do.
Which is PG-13. So good.
Listen. I will watch anything with John Cusack in it. Anything.
Or John.
Anything. Anyway.
I hated Say Anything.
Oh, Say Anything is a trash movie, but he is still pretty.
Yeah.
Lloyd Dobler is the worst. The worst, but we still love you, King.
Welcome to the, I almost said John Hughes podcast.
Anyway, so that's how their affair started. And they had like a long-winded, passionate affair.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so while she's like having this flashback of the sex that she used to have with Frank, Larry is pushing a mattress up the stairs, or like pulling a mattress up the stairs.
Well, I wouldn't call it that.
He's not. He's holding the top of a mattress.
He's holding up a mattress, and the movers are not helping at all. That should have been the easiest part of the move, is the mattress.
Right.
You pull it up the stairs.
Yeah.
It slides up the stairs.
As people always freak out about the mattress, and I'm like, it's difficult to get into the vehicle, and that is it.
Yeah.
Like once you get it into the vehicle, and then you take it out of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. That thing, like it's soft if you're doing it right.
Bend it around corners and everything.
Yeah. Anyway,
the box spring. I had to get a split box for this because my stairs are so narrow.
I'm taking notes too.
Oh yeah, split box spring.
So
So he's pulling up a mattress for 45 minutes to an hour. Finally gets it going, and what does he do? This dumbass cuts his whole hand open on a nail.
And like we see it coming for a really long time.
Too long.
Because there's just like the footage of like what's her face, Julia and Frank having sex is like interspersed with like Larry's hand about to be just demolished by this nail. And then he goes into this room where she is, and he starts like being like, my hand. Like, it's like he's acting like an actual baby.
Mm-hmm. The wound is weeping, and so is he.
Yes, and he's, my hand. And I'm going to cry. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to pass out.
But yeah, later he's watching boxing.
Right. But his like, blood is dripping onto the floorboards. And
dripping or pouring?
Pouring.
It's a lot of blood.
It's a lot of
for
blood.
A small hand wound.
Right. So his blood falls onto the floor. They leave. And then when they leave, little limbs. It's like so funny. It's like these skinny limbs start shooting out of the floorboards. They're all like, they're KY jellied, and there's just like a lot of like discharge on them. It's just like fucking nasty. But it's like these little toothpicks that are like,
yeah,
just flinging up into the air. And then eventually like a whole skeleton forms out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Frank.
Yeah.
And somehow, which also this is not explained, the blood brought him back to life through the floorboards.
Never explained.
I
guess, yeah, sure, he died in that room. But, like, I bleed all over floors all the time. Nothing ever happens. But, speaking of bleeding on the floor, now at home, Larry's having a post-stitches party at his house.
Yeah. As one does.
And, coup de grace. I don't know. Julia decides before dinner starts or right after dinner starts or in the middle of dinner that she's tired and she's going to bed now. Oof. What a party pooper.
She is a party pooper.
She's
But she like goes up into that room and Frank is there and he's like, "It is me. It is Frank."
But this is a really good scene. Like, I guess the whole Frank reanimation scene is good.
It's long.
It's gross.
I just think that the part when his legs stick up is really funny, but other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah.
You like there's some
He's
things
got
they
the
shot
little-
in reverse.
The little nub feet.
Oh,
Anyway. Yeah.
He needs blood.
Yeah, he needs blood. He's like, "It's me. It's Frank. What, you don't believe me?" Like, basically saying like some like, "Give me some sugar" kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of communicates to her that the blood brought him back to life and he thinks that he needs more blood. So Julia goes out to a bar, meets another man, meets another Englishman, brings him home, and she lets him like think that he's gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
He takes his pants down. Didn't need to see that. They could have not done that. And then she like legitimately just goes in the other room while Frank eats him.
Well, first what she does is bashes his teeth in with a hammer.
Oh right. That's right. Yeah, she bashes his head in with a hammer, and then she leaves. And then Frank's like, "Don't watch me."
Yeah, after she literally like this man has no teeth, and you see like his bleeding, toothless maw. But he can't. She can't watch him finger this man.
Is that what he was doing?
That's how he eats them, with his fingers.
Oh, I thought that you meant
he drains like a human Capri Sun by popping a finger in him and just like.
I thought that you meant something different.
Oh, like sexual?
Yes, I did.
Oh no! Unfortunately, this man gets no pleasure from this. He is like a Capri Sun.
Yeah, and after he does that, he's like, we see like his muscles, and he's like, "See, it's working. It's making me stronger."
He looks like Imhotep from The Mummy.
Yes.
As he's regenerating.
That is correct.
Like a big, wet, juicy mummy.
A big, wet, juicy mummy.
I love that movie. You
I
know
do
that.
too.
I have the box set.
Oh, we should watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, big, wet, juicy mummy. So after.
After Frank squeezes and presses this human like a juice, Julia just drags his body into the other room that they never unpack. The entire length of this movie, they do not unpack this room.
Well, also he explains to her like how he got into this position is that like he was like, I thought that I had done everything. I thought that I had experienced like the most extreme of like sadomasochism, right? And he's like, so the Cenobites, they showed me like something that was neither pleasure nor pain. Like they're just merged, and like this is all happening because Frank didn't find the right person on FetLife, so he had to get fucking supernatural with it. Just think of, could Hellraiser even happen today? Could Hellraiser even happen today, or would Frank like go onto FetLife, find like some like down baddie?
Yeah, I could literally find all this on Grindr right now.
But then he says like,
if I ever make another Grindr, my profile would just say "Taste my pleasures," and I'd be rolling in dick.
Rolling in dick.
That was the Adele song, remember?
Rolling in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
You're full of that tonight.
Adele?
No, well, that too. But there's like, that's the second one that you made. You said the wet ass paper mache.
I'm so
and rolling
funny.
in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing Dirty Weird Al tonight.
And the after party will be us, performing these songs that we're making up right now.
I
don't know how Rolling in the Deep goes though.
I do.
Okay.
But I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to hurt anybody in their ear holes.
Well, you sang Rhythm of the Night.
I sang like a 1 second of Rhythm of the Night.
Yeah.
And it was as a joke.
And it was beautiful.
Thank you. Oh my god. So anyway, so he thought that it would like open it up a new realm of carnal pleasures, but now he is trying to escape the Cenobites because he was like, they're too freaky for me. They're too freaky for me, y'all. And like he leaves. He like regenerates through the floorboards or whatever.
He escaped whatever realm that is hell, I guess, and came up here.
Right. Meanwhile, we forgot to discuss that we've been
Kirsty kisses her father on the lips.
Yeah, we've been introed to Kirsty. She kisses her father on the lips, but like also she just she's like a really pretty, like, how old is she supposed to be? Like 20s maybe?
Yeah, maybe. She works at a pet shop, the weirdest pet shop in the world, which we'll get to. And she has a boyfriend named Steve who she forgets about in the sequel.
She does forget about Steve in the sequel.
And the sequel takes place immediately after the first one.
It does, like seconds after the first one. But like she's working in a pet store. So this is the scene that comes up next, right? Yeah, she's working in a pet store.
And this lady wants to see the manager, but
she's like holding like an old-fashioned bird cage.
I love it.
With like just a bird just like
the one
freaking the
you
fuck
would see
out.
Tweety Bird in.
Yes, right.
In a Looney Tunes.
Right, and the bird kind of looks like Tweety Bird, and it's just freaking the fuck out.
And there's monkeys all over this pet shop.
There's monkeys in the pet shop.
Maybe a lemur.
What part of America are you allowed to have a monkey?
Can you even have monkeys in England?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't live there.
Guys, if you're English, both of you that are watching us right now, please let us know.
Yeah, where can I have a monkey? Somebody tell me right now where I can have a monkey, please. So anyway,
there's a seemingly homeless person who we've seen before in passing.
This is played up like this is a horrific moment. Sorry, go ahead.
So there's a homeless person, and Kirsty, damn it. Not Christy,
Christy. They only had to swap one letter to make it make sense.
I know.
Okay.
Kirsty Carlson Romano. Welcome. So Kirsty walks over to this man and she's like, "Hey, can I help you?" And he's holding a handful of crickets, the things you'd feed to like a rabbit. Nope, I don't know what rabbits eat.
Rabbits don't eat crickets.
We don't know that. I feel like they might.
Don't we know that?
No. Rabbits and toads eat the same thing.
Okay.
So this man eats crickets because he's like pounding them down.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. Like, this is played up as like some sort of like horrific like horror movie supernatural moment. But me, a person who is just completely broken by years of the customer service industry, I was like, oh yeah, it's
Tuesday.
Shit happens, right? Like if I saw somebody just eating bugs, I'd be like, oh
god, that's on my paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm gonna have to clean up all these like crunchy bugs off the floor.
I have to pick up all the cricket legs because this man's not only eating the bodies.
Are you done? Have you had your fill? Can you leave? But like in this movie, we're supposed to be like, oh my god, oh that's terrible. But
do you know you can't DoorDash crickets anymore?
Really?
From PetSmart.
Oh.
Because they escaped in somebody's car once.
I didn't know that you could DoorDash crickets.
Well, not anymore.
I never tried. But anyway, that's kind of a disconnected, weird thing that happens.
Yeah, it's out of context and it doesn't ever make sense.
There is no context after that. But she goes to dinner. Oh, no, wait. No, this is like the montage of Julia bringing dudes home so that Frank can eat them.
And then I wrote, hey, do you like Huey Lewis in the News? Hey, Paul.
And then
just what it reminded me of American Psycho.
It is pretty American Psycho, yeah. They get enough like flesh on Frank that he eventually can put on a shirt and pants.
And whenever he's wearing a shirt and pants, he's still continuously bleeding through them.
Right. There's really no need. I don't know if it's just to like...
I don't know. We've already seen his dick in this movie. Why are we we don't really need to cover it up anymore.
Also, he like smokes a cigarette and I'm like, how are we not seeing it like seep out of...
Or how's his greasy little mummy fingers not like soaking the filter?
Have you not ever like seen somebody who is like nasty? Like I'm sorry. I feel like I've known people that like look almost as disgusting as that, smoking cigarettes and like making them
No, I don't
moist.
know. Unfortunately, I don't know that one.
I'm okay with that. You don't need to. Anyway,
Yeah. So Frank tries to explain to Julia the puzzle box, but he will not let her touch it. He still has it.
right,
He still has it.
right,
I don't know how, because wouldn't Pinhead have gotten it?
right. Why didn't they take it from him? They want it back out there in the world, but like they don't want Frank back out there in the world.
Correct.
So like how?
How does Frank still have it? Because Frank died, went away,
Mm.
and the puzzle box just stayed there, and the Cenobites did not give it back to that dragon guy?
Right, correct.
Whatever. So he's explaining it to Julia. It opens the doors to pleasures of heaven and hell, pain and pleasure. Whatever that means.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not in that world, but I guess that like that's like somebody is looking for that combination. Whatever. Anyway, later that night, Larry is watching boxing with Julia, and Frank is like just walking back and forth punching walls.
Why?
Because Frank is garbage. Because Frank is a garbage fucking zombie.
Don't you
person.
think you would want to be like secretive?
No, not
Because
Frank.
Frank is
just
stomping
like,
around and
Yeah.
punching the walls.
just going fucking bananas, and there's literally no reason for it, but he's just like walking back and forth and punching walls. Maybe because he's bored. I don't know, but like he does want to kill Larry, and Julia's like, you can't kill Larry.
Yeah, she loves him.
Yeah, kind of. But so Larry wants to go upstairs to investigate the noise, and I'm sorry, I hated this part. This is like
With the rats?
It made me almost throw up. But she like convinces him not to like investigate the sound in the room. He like goes into the room. Frank isn't there. And so like Larry and Julia start having sex, and she sees Frank come out with his switchblade. Cool dude.
Yeah.
Cool fucking guy alert. And she's like, no, please, I can't do this. I don't do that. Don't do that. And
Larry
she's saying this, and Larry's still continuing to attempt to have sex with her, even though she's like, no, I can't do this. Stop.
But was she saying no to him?
No, she wasn't saying no to him,
Frank?
but still, he's hearing the word no, and he thinks he's the only person in the room.
Oh, yeah, good point.
And then, and he's not stopping. And then Frank comes to the edge of the bed.
Skins a rat on the bed. And then Nancy. Who's Nancy? Heather Langenkamp? Then Julia screams, and she's like, no. But Frank skins his rat and goes away.
Right.
We never do see the rat skin on the bed, though. Maybe it never existed. Maybe it's just happened in my brain.
So disgusting and really upsetting to watch. I don't know. It looked too real. I'm a little concerned it was a real rat.
I don't know. But also when Frank goes to investigate earlier, and when Larry goes to investigate the room, he's like, oh, just rats making this noise. Because there's two rats nailed to the wall.
Yeah, that's normal. Like, that's the other thing. Like, Larry
is an idiot.
So stupid. Larry, like, nobody in this movie is good.
Julia's pretty good.
So
I meant to get my Hellraiser poster to hold behind us all night.
Later, that like the thing that happens next is that Frank is like trying to get Julia to kill Larry, right? Like he's just like telling her like she's got to kill Larry and Kirsty. Meanwhile, Larry and Kirsty are like out to lunch, and Kirsty's like, your wife sucks.
Your wife's a bitch.
Yeah. And he's like, oh no, can you go by and like maybe try to do some bonding? Like, I love her, make it work. I know. So Kirsty goes by and she sees Julia bringing another dude into the house, and she's like,
caught you, bitch.
Caught you, bitch. So
Frank's now wearing an entire suit, a bloody suit.
Yeah.
bleeding through the entire thing.
Right.
So there's that.
He kills that guy.
He kills that guy. He grabs Christy. Somebody grabs Christy.
Well, Christy goes upstairs and that guy like comes out all like puffy faced and like he's like, help me, and she's like screaming. And then Frank grabs her and says, like, oh, it's Uncle Frank.
It's your Uncle Frank.
It's me, it's your Uncle Frank.
Look how
do you
sexy
remember?
you are. Come to daddy.
Yeah, and then he says something like, you're so beautiful. You've grown. And like
weird.
No. She is freaking out.
Oh yeah, and he says some things have to be endured. That's what makes the pleasures so sweet. They say pleasures like a plural so many times in this that I want to vomit.
It's terrible. Don't ever use that word.
Pleasures.
No, stop.
Taste our pleasures.
I do not want to.
That's gonna be my name of my restaurant, Pleasures.
Pleasures.
And the menu's gonna be like, taste our pleasures, and you're gonna have like applesauce pleasures or whatever.
Applesauce pleasures. That's mushroom pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Kirsty gets a hold of the puzzle box, and it's the first round of like a man with no power going, no, don't give me that back. Please give me that back. Like not like trying to forcefully take it or like coming at her with like violent intention or anything. It's just like, I don't want you to have that.
Yeah.
Give that back to me. And
she whips it out the window.
She throws it out the window.
And then goes out and gets it.
Yeah, and then she goes out and gets it. And then she goes for a nice leisurely stroll.
Past some nuns,
at which point she passes out and comes to in a hospital where it seems that they are accusing her of...
We don't know.
Something, but we don't know what, because like they're like, I'm like, the doctor's like, I'm sure the police are going to want to talk to you. And I'm like, about what?
Yeah.
Like, did you find the body in their house? Like, is that... what about?
I don't even think they know where she lives because they found her in the middle of the street. Right.
And they're just being really accusatory.
Now, does she have amnesia now?
Yes.
Or what's happening?
I don't think that she has amnesia. I think that she just like is playing dumb.
Because I wrote amnesia? But the doctor gives her the puzzle box and says, hey, solve this. Maybe this will jog your memory.
Right. And so she does. And
it's a very easy puzzle.
It is a very easy puzzle. And she opens up the door to the other realm. And in there is that cool fucking The Thing-esque...
Oh, I wrote big giant demon baby.
Big giant demon baby with a scorpion bum. But the scorpion bum's all the way up in the air. And the head's all the way down here. And you don't know what end. What end is the butt? What end is not butt. Not butt. But anyway, it starts chasing Kirsty down a very long hallway.
Maybe we see the demon baby's legs.
We might.
Maybe we see the legs.
We see the dolly that it is on. The
human dolly that it's on.
But anyway, she runs back into what she thinks is her hospital room. And it turns like a bunch of weird shit happens.
Yeah,
like
the IV fills up with blood.
Yeah, so
the TV starts making sounds. The light bursts.
She's still in that realm, and the Cenobites show up.
And the Chatterer fingers her mouth.
He does. He just walks up and puts his fingers right in her mouth, which is a fine how do you do.
I'm gonna greet everyone like that at work tomorrow. So if you work with me, be prepared for that.
That's what I do to your animals when I come in. I'm just like, hello.
So then Pinhead and Chubby show up, and he says, "You opened the box. We came."
Right, and she's like, I just solved the puzzle. And he's like, this is how it works.
Yeah, taste our pleasures.
Yeah. And
no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
Yeah, and she's just like...
This is where you get all Pinhead's best lines in this movie.
Yeah, it like all comes from this one concentrated area.
Angels to some, demon to others.
Yes. So she is like telling them like, hey, does the name Frank Cotton ring any bells? And they're like, yeah, we killed that guy. Yeah. And she's like, no, he didn't. He escaped. And they're like, no one escapes from us. Which, like, how did they not know? How did they not know?
They're very busy.
They're very busy.
They're tasting pleasures all the day. They don't have time to remember who they have trapped in hell. And then she's like, what if I give you Frank instead of me? And then female Cenobite says, maybe we prefer you.
Right. And then, but Pinhead is like, nah,
We'll
like,
make a deal.
We will make a deal because, like, I don't like that this guy got away from me.
Yeah, that doesn't sit well with my soul that he
Right.
got out. So,
meanwhile, back at the house, Julia has finally given in and fed Larry to Frank.
we don't get to see it, which is
We don't
very
get to see it.
unfortunate.
Right.
It's implied.
It's implied. Well, it's
a fact.
It is fact. Yeah, it's fact. She gave in and she fed Larry to Frank, and her and Frank are having like actual intercourse for the first time in a very long time. And so Kirsty comes back and she's like, where's my dad? Where's my dad? But the thing is that Frank is wearing Larry's skin.
Yeah, which now my notice is named Flary.
Flary.
So this is my favorite scene in the movie when Kirsty goes up to the dad's bedroom and talks to him, and she has no idea that Flary is bleeding around the scalp.
I know. How did she not notice that? Like, there's like a literal line, like a mask line that is just like blood.
Yeah.
And like very clearly, like it looks like that guy from Repo Genetic Opera.
Right, ogre.
Like, yes, with just like, yeah, I don't take lip from a cunt. Like, yeah, sorry guys.
Oh yeah,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I just said Paris Hilton's best line from the movie Repo Genetic Opera.
She was so good in that.
She was so good.
What happened in House of Wax? The reboot?
Well, the whole point of her being in that was that they wanted the marketing of like, see Paris Hilton die, which is the most misogynistic and disgusting.
Yeah, but in Repo, she was phenomenal.
She was so good. So good.
And someday when we cover our musical, it will be that one first. And it's streaming right now.
It's everywhere all the time because it's Repo Genetic Opera, and
it was
like
so hard to find like 3 years ago.
Like, if you haven't seen Repo, get on it.
Get on it.
Get on it before we cover it.
Get on it.
And so that we can all sing like the Zygote song together.
Yeah. I don't know how we would actually cover that movie
without it's like bursting into song.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A little. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I like really want to watch it now. We'll talk. We'll discuss it. But anyway, so eventually she figures out that it is not her dad.
But it takes her a long time.
But it's not her dad, it's Frank. And so she like runs away. And then she goes into the room where the body is. And they're like...
all her friends are giving it 1 star or less.
They're stupid.
Oh!
She goes into the room where the body is, and the Cenobites are in there.
Oh,
and they're like... Pinhead is like very like, I want to speak to the manager of this house. Like, he's like, I want to speak to the person responsible for this dead body that was supposed to be my dead body.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, like, this isn't the way this... No. And so they start chasing her around the house.
Flary accidentally stabs Julia.
Yeah.
Because he's going for Kurt. God damn it. Why would they name anybody Kirsty?
Kirsty.
It's such a hard name to say.
Kirsty.
So anyway, Julia and Flary are chasing Kirsty around the house. And Julia grabs her, and Frank Flary gets his switchblade out, and he's like, come to daddy. He keeps saying his catchphrase over and over again.
Yeah.
It's tired by now because it's a 90-minute movie and you said it like 100 times.
It's disgusting.
However, it's not as good as the movie Come to Daddy with Elijah Wood.
What's that movie?
It's too funny.
It's so good.
It's funny. It was good. I didn't see the whole thing coming.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also Elijah Wood.
So whenever he goes to stab Kirsty, he stabs Julia and he's like, nothing personal, baby.
Yeah, right. And then he drains her.
Yeah, he fingers her.
Yeah.
And sucks her dry like a Capri Sun. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it said he does say it in a very stilted, weird way. So now that they figure out that Frank is actually in Larry's body, the Cenobites figure out that Frank is in Larry's body.
He refers to himself as Frank, finally.
Yeah. So he's about to kill Kirsty, And first of all, I forgot that like Kirsty at one point has the puzzle box, and Pinhead does the same thing where he just literally goes, "No, don't do that."
I think that's after this.
It's after this. Oh right, okay.
Whenever after Frank's dead again.
All right.
Or whatever.
Right. Well, Frank. They find Frank, and she's like, "This is Frank Cotton," and like all of these chains come out of nowhere.
They fish hook him in the hands.
Fish hook him in the hands,
and then
like
everywhere else.
Have him like splayed out like this.
And then he Jesus whack.
Yeah. Well, they get him in the this is a super cool, very iconic look. And special effect where like his face is like hooked and stretched out, and he says Jesus wept,
which was ad-libbed.
Really?
It's supposed to be like fuck me or something.
Why would they? I don't know.
But it happened.
Okay. So now that Frank is dead, the Cenobites do decide that they're like, oh yeah, Kirsty's still here.
But why? Because I thought Pinhead promised that they wouldn't go after her if she delivered them Frank, or maybe that's just in my head.
Pinhead is a sadist. You can't. Yeah, he's just all about getting off on hurting people.
Yeah. So that'd be making him a masochist.
Oh.
Sadist is receiving the pain.
I thought that masochists receive the
Maybe
pain.
I'm backwards on this.
I think that you're backwards because I've been calling myself an emotional masochist for years. And if I was wrong, then that's very embarrassing.
Well, maybe I'm probably wrong.
A person who derives sexual gratification from their own pain and humiliation is masochist.
Okay, I've been wrong forever, guys. Please forgive me. So now, Kirsty. I wrote Kirsty in my notes because
Kirsty's not a real name.
Guys, it's a dumb name, and the only Kirsty that was ever good was the one woman from It Takes Two. We hate her now.
Kirstie Alley. She used to be funny, and now she's awful.
Yeah, sorry, Kirsty. No, I'm not. So she's running. She grabs a puzzle box out of Julia's corpse, which is now flayed on the bed.
Right.
Like, oh, whatever. We don't know how it happened. We don't care. So Julia, who's already dead, is now like, whatever. Pinhead has such shite to show her.
Such shite to show her.
Put those notes.
Yeah, he says we have such sights to show. How many takes did it take Doug Bradley to get there?
Well, Doug Bradley is a Broadway actor. Well, maybe not Broadway.
Such sights to show you.
We have such shite. Whatever. Next time I see him, I'm gonna ask him about it. I'm gonna say, Doug, will you first of all sign this Hellraiser poster?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, how many takes did it take you to say we have such sights to show you? I
would guess at least more than one.
Yeah, like 12.
Because we have such sights to show you.
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 Okay, we've done it. We're good. We got it.
So he has such sights to show her. She's like doing the puzzle box at him.
Mm-hmm.
She does a puzzle box.
And he's just going, nope.
And he's like,
no, don't do that. But before that, he's doing the same lame ass. Like, you're like a fucking fearsome creature with nails sticking out of your face.
Which originally was it was syringes. Do you know that?
Oh, I did not know that. But like, you can make chains appear and like hook someone's hands, right? Mm-hmm. But like, somebody has the puzzle box and he's like, don't do
you
that.
Better not.
Please don't do that.
Oh, I'm telling you, buddy.
Yeah. Please
you'll get such a talking to.
I really don't want you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But she does it.
Please your mother and I.
She does it. And so Kirsty's boyfriend shows up and he's like, what's going on? And she's like, we gotta get out of here.
You have such sights to show us.
Yeah. You did it that time.
I know, but it was
you did like it's the high voice that helped you. And then
my favorite part of this entire movie is about to happen.
Okay, go ahead.
So Steve and Kirsty are running away or walking away or just standing there, whatever they're doing. Mm-hmm. And the Butterball Cenobite comes up with the sunglasses on, looking so cool. And then he's like, he takes the sunglasses off to reveal his eyes are stitched shut. Mm-hmm. He didn't need sunglasses at all.
No.
They were for nothing.
It's just a look.
Yeah. He knows how cool he looks.
He knows what you need.
Yeah.
what you need to be established and distinguished.
It's just such a cool scene because he didn't need them at all. His
Right.
eyes were stitched shut to begin with.
Right. Even though, like, otherwise it's kind of pointless.
Very pointless.
But the house, like, falls to the ground and burns.
Mm-hmm.
Kirsty throws the puzzle box into the fire. And then the guy who was eating the crickets by the handful shows up and takes the puzzle box.
Mm-hmm.
And then the puzzle box, the movie like sort of starts over, except it's not Frank. It's like across from the person in Morocco. It's a different person. And they're offering it to another person and saying, like, what's your pleasure, sir?
Yeah. Well, I wish they would have said, what's your pleasures?
What's your pleasures?
Yeah, because that's the whole point of the movie is pleasures.
Pleasures. So that's Hellraiser.
I hope you liked it.
So I guess like we could go take a walk down Letterboxd Beat Street. Since we like to read reviews from around the internet.
But just the one website.
Just the one website. It's literally just Letterboxd.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to do yours first?
I have a review from Erin, E-R-I-N, who rated it 3 stars and says, repulsive and kinky are words that can describe both Hellraiser and myself.
That one is good. I'm very excited about mine. Nick Wybert gave it 3 stars and said, Armie Hammer would definitely summon the Cenobites.
Yeah. I didn't even see that one.
Listen, I will never stop reminding people that Armie Hammer is a cannibal. Never.
No, you tell me that like once a week.
Never. Please don't forget that Armie Hammer is a cannibal. This is important.
Mm-hmm.
This is important. If you take one thing away from this podcast,
I'll put it in the show notes.
I'm going to get sued for defamation. So Bechdel test results. No. This is a movie about men where the only 2 women talk about men. DuVernay test? Absolutely not.
I think the doctor was a person of color, but I'm not 100% sure.
But are they a full-fledged character?
No. They had one line.
No. So it's the 80s. It's the curse of the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot's Guide to Horror. Yes, a solid 1980s 5 out of 5.
It's gross. It's the 80s. It's all practical effects except for the lightning bolts, I think.
Yeah. And it's like really like still to this day pretty fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I can't like stare at the hooks running through Frank.
It's not gross. Yeah, it will like that none of that bothered me as much as the rat thing.
I know. I knew it would.
I did not do well with that. I had to pause it because I was like gagging.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess we're ready to get our keys, huh?
Oh, I never bring my keys to this part, and I mean to every week.
I should, at some point, we should get like baby keys.
Yeah, like big plastic yellow ones.
Big plastic yellow keys. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we're getting our keys, and it's like, make them, yeah.
And then we'll sell them. And all these suckers will buy one.
All 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
So every week on Idiot's Guide to Horror, we like to imagine that we have been given the keys to remake or reboot the film that we are discussing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we discuss what we would keep and what we would throw out the second we got the chance. So, Chris, it looks like you had a lot for what was flawless.
Oh, yeah. I didn't actually do any work today. I just did this all day at work.
This is work.
Here's what was flawless to me. The scene where Frank's corpse reanimates, like the blood pouring into the ground, the heart, paper mache heart beating.
I would agree with that.
The stick legs breaking out, and then like the reverse cinematography they had to do to get this corpse materializing was really cool. Yes.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually think that the resurrection scene is like, it's fantastic. I also think that the closing scene with like the hooks through the face where he says Jesus wept. I wish he didn't say Jesus wept because that's tacky and like a weird non sequitur.
Maybe it wasn't tacky in the 80s. Maybe that was like cutting edge.
Was it ever not a non sequitur though?
No.
Look, that's what it just feels like. I'm like, okay, like it's okay, cool, yeah, maybe he did.
It was ad-libbed.
But I would say that is also absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that if there's one thing that I will take away from this movie, it is the way that it looks.
Mm-hmm.
It's spectacularly designed.
Yeah, both this one and the sequel are.
The sequel's even better.
Yeah, the sequel is a better movie. Is it better? Like I can't tell if it's a better movie. It's just better to look at. It's better to look at. But I enjoyed the sequel more than the original, but barely.
That's fair.
Because I barely like this one.
Yeah. I like the way you put this. The acting was overall good, but when Flary.
Oh yeah, the when Flary was talking to Kirsty, which I spelled wrong every single time. When he was talking to Kirsty in the bedroom, and he's like, I am your grandmother, or whatever. Like that was so good. Like Larry, whoever that was, played Frank playing Larry very well.
He did a really good job. Mm-hmm. The acting was really good. I mean, like we said in the facts, like these were all like basically like Shakespearean actors. Mm-hmm. I thought the performances were good. Go ahead.
I also really enjoy. Well, we already discussed the practical effects, so I'm not going to say it again. But the practical effects, I enjoyed how the poster made it seem like Pinhead was this big bad villain, but in real life the villain was Julia the whole time.
Julia and Frank.
Yeah, they were monsters.
They were just garbage. You should be able to tell by Julia's hair. And even like when she does it differently, because it's like curly, right? Mm-hmm. And then she does it differently, but she like does this thing where it's like slick and then puffed out. And it looks like she's like an extra from a Goofy movie. And I don't like it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Chris, if you are not watching live, Chris is holding up a photo of Julia and her terrible hair. Just terrible hair.
I feel like David Bowie in that one.
Yeah, I really thought that the Cenobites as an idea and as a design are incredible.
Yeah, they don't actually do anything.
They're very scary, and like they don't hurt anyone.
No, they hurt Frank.
They hurt Frank, but they don't do it. Like they don't have like knives or whatever. They're not stabbing.
I feel like they're hurting people in the sequel though.
They are, but in this, also that scorpion fella. Upside down scorpion bum. Mm-hmm. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
Even though we can see his human feet. Evil shoulder pads. You're right.
I think that pretty much covers what I liked about it as well. I mean, like, I respect this movie.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I respect it as a classic. Do I like it? No.
We haven't gotten to the rating part yet.
Okay, well, I'm not rating it. I'm just saying, did I like it? Did I enjoy it? Is it something that I personally will seek out and watch again and again? No, it is not.
Oh.
Really? You liked it?
It's not that it's good.
I mean, it is good.
It's a fine movie. I watch it more than once just because it's easy to digest. It makes no sense, and you don't have to pretend like it does.
Yeah.
It's just good to look at, well acted, and it's easy. Like it's an easy 90-minute watch if you're really bored.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's easy, but also I feel like at this point in my life, like, I don't know. I was talking with my mom about the movie Angel Heart earlier, and she was like, will you guys ever cover that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't like a mix of sex and violence. Like, that's just not my jam. And
so no, I Spit in Your Grave.
Oh,
what about Revenge?
Revenge is different. Revenge is a completely different monster. Because, like, those movies, like, I Spit on Your Grave, like, I guess, okay, trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
The assault scene in I Spit on Your Grave, in both the original and the remake, is such a spectacle. It's such a centerpiece. And then, like, after that, I don't know why it has to be so long for us to get the point, but, like, you know how I feel about that. Like, it does not have to. We don't need to see it. We don't need to see it for that long. And it's not handled very carefully or delicately, especially in the original version, because, like, she's, like, orgasmically moaning and stuff like that. But in Revenge, it's handled a lot more, like the actual scene.
Mhm.
It's not gratuitous. It's handled very delicately. It's handled in a way that like still leaves enough to the imagination while still making you feel sick. And then everything that comes after that is all about her.
It's
It
fantastic.
is all about her. It is not about like she's hunting down these men and they need to run away. Like it's like, no, she's hunting down these men and they better fucking run away.
Get in your helicopter, Frenchie.
Yeah, revenge is if you can handle a rape revenge movie and you want to see one done fucking right, revenge is the way to go.
What about the original Last House on the Left?
No. Absolutely not.
What about the remake? The remake wasn't as bad.
I don't really like either one of them. I just don't. I like very, very rarely like the rape and revenge thing, man. I don't.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill's different. Kill Bill is like, you know, I guess that like what they did is like a metaphor in some ways for that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still different because like they don't, you know, we don't get like the gratuitous scene of like, you know, 5 men like doing something to her. Like we see them all like looking over her while she's like crying and saying like it's your baby, but like we don't have to watch or like try to decode like a 2 or 3 minute long scene that is literally just a woman being assaulted.
Yeah.
I don't ever want that. I don't ever need that. And the original Last House on the Left is like really gross.
Yeah. I don't need to say anything, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. But the rape scene in that it's entirely too long. It is entirely too long.
10 minutes.
It's so long, and it's so totally unnecessary. I love Wes Craven. Love him. That one is not for me, man. That one is not for me. Anyway.
I don't know what we're talking about.
We were talking about what we would change about the movie Hellraiser.
How did we get on Us in Your Grave?
I think that we were talking... Oh, I said that I don't usually like the mix of sex and violence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if you could change something, what would it be?
The dubbing was terrible. The whole movie, dubbing was terrible. It was worse than Argento. It was bad.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it with the whole Argento thing. Nobody was speaking the same language.
Right.
They were all speaking their native language, and they just dubbed over it
right,
later.
And then they're just like, we'll just put the plot line in later.
Yeah.
Like, you guys just say whatever you want.
Just talk, and we'll film it, and then we will record it, and then we'll get somebody else to talk later. But this was like, they recorded it, and then they decided they didn't want any English accents, so they did it with American actors, and none of the mouths match. I feel like they could have tried a little harder to mouth match. Is that the word? It is now. Mouth matching.
Mouth match. When you don't want to not match your mouths.
You mouth match.
Mouth match.
That's our tagline.
I am writing that down. Mouth match. It sounds like a game show. Like it's like the thing that you like.
This Thursday.
Yeah.
On CBS. Mouth match.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree that the dubbing is terrible. Can I just say out, like, can I get my big thing out of the way? Nothing is fucking explained to us, dude. Not a goddamn thing is explained to us. They don't tell us anything. How the fuck did Frank know to go to Morocco to get a puzzle box because he was, like, not able to get his rocks off anymore doing regular, like, S&M or kink shit? How did he find out in 1987 about this puzzle box in a different country that would take him to a carnal realm with pleasures unknown?
Pleasures. Maybe it's like, okay, you remember in The Mummy?
Yes.
Whenever they had the book of Amun-Ra, how did they know about that?
Good question. I don't know.
They had the Book of the Dead, and then they had the other one. I haven't seen The Mummy in a while.
I haven't either.
But I'm going to watch it after I watch fucking Repo tonight.
Yeah. It's going to be a movie marathon of all these things that we mentioned. Yeah.
Except for Us in Your Grave. I don't think it's streaming anywhere.
I will never watch that.
The second one is. But I've never seen it.
I don't need to. One was enough. Like, why do you need more of the same?
It was very violent.
Anyway, so That's my big complaint, is that like weird shit happens and it's not explained to us. It's just not explained to us.
I think a flaw of this whole series is I don't understand why you would want to open the puzzle box.
So like that's the thing, is that Frank's like, I thought that I had experienced every physical sensation, and like I don't know, like I'm not gonna kink shame anyone. I'm not in the fetish community. But I do not. Do you really think that you're done? Like there's nothing else you can do on Earth? That's it? There's nobody can put like flesh hooks into you on Earth.
No, only one person can, and it's Pinhead.
Okay.
But like, I've only seen the first two movies we've discussed.
Right.
I just don't know why you'd want to. Like, I'm gonna spoil the second movie.
Don't do that.
Watch the second one, guys.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, watch the sequel, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, or whatever it's called. It's a better movie.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
It's dumber. It makes more sense.
It does. I agree. I mean, like, well, no, it doesn't. But it's also it's just
Pinhead
more.
A backstory.
They do give Pinhead a backstory. It's more fun to watch for sure.
If you like mental hospitals and you like Kirsty and you like pleasures,
I honestly just feel like also just for me, I don't know. I guess this is the entire concept of the movie, so I couldn't take it out. But I just like, we were talking about this at the top, this like kind of like psychosexual erotic horror or erotic thriller that came out like in like the late 80s or like early 90s. It's just like so salacious, and it's like, for why though? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. But that could just be me. And I know that it's just me. I know that it's just me. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. That being said, what do you rate it?
I give this a 3.5 out of 5. I give it a 3 in real life and half of a star because it's a classic.
Fair enough. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I guess that I didn't put in the half of a star because it's a classic, but maybe I should, just because, like, I don't know.
It has a very high score on Letterboxd.
I mean, I think that people really love it, and I think that's completely understandable. I do think that it's a solid movie. I do absolutely think that it's a solid movie. It's just not my kind of thing. And I think that Clive Barker does body horror really well, and I want to see more of that, maybe, instead of more sexual horror.
Does he do anything besides the Hellraisers?
I've read some of his stories. I haven't watched. I don't know what else. I know that I've watched other things that have been like Clive Barker.
I don't have time to read a book, guys.
Oh, spoiler alert. Yes, he can.
Yeah, but I have to read certain books that I want.
Okay. But anyway, that is how I felt about Hellraiser. 3 out of 5. But I understand there is no judgment whatsoever. I'm judging myself for not liking this movie. This should be something that I enjoy, but I don't. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes there's a movie that you know is good, or it's good for other people, and it's just not good for you.
The Ring, which she gave half a star or 2.
I gave it 2 stars.
3, not enough. The Ring's a 5-star movie.
Listen,
okay, maybe a Ringu is a 5-star movie.
Ringu is a 5-star movie. Maybe I need to rewatch it.
It's like a 4-star movie.
Like a 4.5-star movie. You're also mad at me for what I gave The Night House, so.
Oh yeah, which should have been a 5-star movie, but they ruined it.
They ruined it.
Yeah, they ruined it.
Watch The Night House so we can talk to you guys about it, because honestly, like, I am just really mad.
Also, somebody watch Nightmare Alley, because I haven't rated it yet. I'm still thinking about it.
I will watch it. I'm going to watch it.
I had to sit there for almost 3 hours.
If I had to sit there for 3 hours, then you have to sit there for 3 hours.
Well, I had already started it before I saw how long it was. I had to hit play.
Yeah, I think that was what happened to me. Like, I was at home and like hit play and it was like 2 hours and 48 minutes, and I was like, ooh, eat a butt, and
Yeah.
turned it off.
Who has the time?
I do not have
Apparently
the time.
me.
I mean, well, I do have the time.
You
But
did watch a different movie that night.
I did. Well, kind of. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
And I still have to watch all the other movies I bought.
Yeah, you have to watch Last Night in Soho, so I can.
I have it on my movies anywhere.
I know, but I want you to watch it first.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I want you to watch it because it's you. You bought it.
Yeah, but I buy movies all the time. I just never watch them.
I've watched Little Women like 3 times.
It's such a good movie.
It's so good, and it makes me cry every time. Anyway, we trailed off there. That was Hellraiser. Tell us how you felt about Hellraiser. You can, if you're watching the live stream right now, drop your feelings about Hellraiser in the comments wherever they are. Over there? Maybe they're over there. Or maybe they're over there. Or maybe they're under here. Or maybe they're up here.
Where's me plugging the comments out of air?
Or, if you're not watching this live, you can send us a DM on Instagram or Facebook. You can email us. You just let us know how you felt about Hellraiser. Tell me how wrong I am. Please feel free to tell me how wrong I am.
Or tell us how right we really are.
Well, I want to hear what I do want to hear from people that really like this movie. I really do.
Would you do the puzzle box?
I would definitely. If you would do the puzzle box, I have questions. I have questions.
Do you use like really easy puzzles?
I do, but I still wouldn't do the puzzle box.
Yeah. Like what if you did on accident?
Like Kirsty did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she knew it was bad. Because Frank's like, no, that's my puzzle box.
Yeah, that was pretty good. No, don't do that.
No. I'll give you a stern lecture. Should you take that puzzle box?
I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. You think I'm not serious?
Oh, I'm not fooling around, Buster.
Give me that back.
You give me that puzzle box now, young man.
So yeah. Anyway, I guess we can move on to Idiot's Guide to Non-Horror. So every week we like to pick a couple of things that we are into right now. It doesn't have to be new. Doesn't have to be recent. But just like things that aren't horror movies. Just in case you're tired of like hearing us talk about ripped flesh and whatever. Oh, ew. I'm sorry, Chris just found Arizona green tea fruit snacks and now I am nauseated.
You want to taste my pleasures? Ooh, we're going to taste these pleasures live on air. I can't even open them.
Good. So what did you get this week? What are you talking about?
Speaking of not new or recent, I'm recommending The Gilmore Girls, circa 2000 to 2007.
Not to be mistaken with The Golden Girls.
Not to be mistaken with The Golden Girls. Whenever I'm running, I don't have anything to do or like I don't want to watch anything new, my comfort show is The Gilmore Girls, which I've seen. What month is it?
It is February.
I've watched it through once already this year, and I'm on it again. So, it's my feel-good show, and if you have 7 seasons to kill of your life, then give it a try.
How many hours of Gilmore Girls are there? Let's look that up.
And while you look that up, I will let you know my next recommendation because I picked 2 this week.
Yes.
It is a book. I know that I just said I'd never read a book.
115 hours. There's 115 hours of Gilmore Girls.
Or like you can watch 7 seasons of Gilmore Girls. You can watch Nightmare Alley twice in a row.
That's how math works.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I also picked the novel is the autobiography of Lauren Graham, who played Lorelai Gilmore, called Talking as Fast as I Can, from Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls, whatever it was called. I didn't finish it yet, but I'm pretty close to being done with it. And it's just like her, it's a fucking memoir. So it's her life. They go over. She does a whole chapter on all 7 seasons of Gilmore Girls, like how bad the fashions were, why we're not wearing slip dresses anymore. Look at my hair. Look at this. This is a phone book, and we're in a video store, and Rory's writing in a day planner.
Right. Right.
It's just fun things.
Why aren't we wearing slip dresses anymore? Because honestly, I would.
I couldn't tell you what a slip dress is, but she mentioned it twice.
Oh, well, I feel like Lauren Graham, whatever she has to say about that, much as I like her, is wrong about slip dresses.
She said they're more. It's literally just your undergarments, and they cost more than your undergarments. So you're paying more money to wear your undergarments on the outside.
Well, what if you just buy a slip and wear it as a dress?
She didn't say.
Yeah, Lauren Graham, I am here to help.
Well, she's very active on Twitter.
Okay, I'm not.
She has a monthly book club.
Okay, can you let her know that I would like to help her?
Unfortunately, unlike many celebrities, this one has not replied to me yet.
Well, maybe this will be the thing.
And by
Do you
many,
want to steal this from me? I will tell you how to tell her to buy and wear a slip.
Yeah.
Just with some combat boots. That's all I'm saying. Combat boots, maybe a shrug.
Maybe a muff?
I
don't know.
Maybe a muff.
And when I meant like celebrities, the only celebrities that ever talk back to me on Twitter have been like Michelle Visage.
But doesn't Kim Petras follow you?
Kim Petras follows me on Twitter, so suck on that.
That is pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. She has a new album. She has a new EP coming out tonight.
It's coming out tonight?
Kim has a slut, yeah.
Oh man. I'm excited actually.
I'm wet already.
I am actually.
You know that one of those reviews is my grandma.
I'm actually very excited for it. I like her. I still like Heart to Break is still. Mm-hmm. I still listen to it quite frequently.
My sex playlist is 95% Kim Petras and 5% The Weeknd.
I mean, The Weeknd absolutely makes sense to me.
Yeah, Kim Petras, no, I know it doesn't.
I don't think it makes sense, but that's fine. It's not my. It's not my life.
Also wants to try the XCX.
Well, that makes sense too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have not been watching a lot of things. If I'm going to be completely, absolutely freaking honest with you, I have been here and there watching Initial D, which is I can feel that you're about to make fun of me for this. It's an anime show that's basically the Fast and the Furious, but in Japan. Don't roll your eyes at me.
I don't think I did.
You did. I saw it. Clarence, did you see it? Did you see it? So, like, I guess that, I don't know if I would really recommend it yet. I have only really watched, like half the first season. It's just kind of on in the background while I'm, like, doing the New York Times crossword puzzle, which I also recommend. I recommend the New York Times crossword puzzle.
I could never do a crossword puzzle.
You could never do a crossword puzzle?
I'm so bad at them.
You know what? No, because you are full of trivia. You would be good.
I'm gonna try tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I also right now I have not finished the book yet either, but I am reading Devil House by John Darnielle, who is the lead singer of the Mountain Goats. And if you haven't heard of the Mountain Goats, it's one of my favorite bands of all time, and you should be listening to the Mountain Goats. There's also a podcast about how good the Mountain Goats is called I Only Listen to the Mountain Goats, in which a bunch of celebrities and musicians talk about how much the band changed their life. And his new book, because if you listen to the music, he's very clearly a good storyteller, and he can weave a yarn, the man can. And if you like his book, he's written two before. Wolf and White Van and Universal Harvester was on Wolf and White Van. That was his first. Universal Harvester, really liked it. This one is a fucking masterpiece so far. It's called Devil House. It might kind of be horror, so I might be kind of bending the rules a little bit, but highly recommended. Highly recommended. And now we have reached the conclusion of the show portion of our show. If you are here in the live stream, please stick around for the after party in which we will reveal the movie pick for next week. And if you are listening to the podcast, we're going to close this show up. So please send your questions, comments, recommendations to idiotsguidetohorror@gmail.com. Really, seriously, if you liked Hellraiser and you want to tell me why you like it, or you want to tell me your thoughts and feelings on it, please email us. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it. Also, follow us on Instagram @idiotsguidetohorror.
Don't follow us on Twitter.
Don't follow us on Twitter. We don't do anything with it. But you can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/horroridiots. You can find us on YouTube the channel name is Idiot's Guide to Horror. Please like and subscribe.
Oh, it really helps us out if you would just leave us a rating. Anything. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just give us 5 stars and leave any comment you want.
Yeah. I mean, like, at this point, we kind of talked about this in the after party last week, but this is fun.
It is fun.
Also, pretty much like a year ago to the day is when like I baited Chris into doing this podcast.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, boys. Oh, Clarence. Anyway, yeah, that's it for Clive Barker's Hellraiser. So, what is it? Don't do that.
Taste our pleasures.
Yes, taste. We have such sights to show you.
Oh, we got such sights to show you.
All right. Good night, podcast listeners.
They're going empty do.
Oh, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Dang. Hey, welcome to the after party.
Welcome to the after party.
Hey, welcome.
Hi. Should we change the name to after party so people know the difference?
Yeah, because they wouldn't know if we
wouldn't know otherwise. Hi, guys. So,
this microphone back from you.
How's everybody doing? Who's all here? Say hi. Sound off. Hello. So I kind of thought I had my pick for next week, but I am kind of changing my mind a little bit. Because hi Dan.
Hey.
I really the things that I've been picking that I've been really excited about, like, not that we're doing this for anybody else but you guys anymore. But the things that I've been picking that I'm excited about just aren't going anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
Guys.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you that nobody's listening to us. I see now that Censor has almost no listens.
That's compared to what we used to get.
Yeah, or like
we've taken a dip.
90% dip.
Yeah, but it's fine because I still enjoy doing this. So
it's the highlight of my week.
Yeah.
And even if it was just me and you talking to each other and nobody listening, but we do appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
We would still be doing it.
Please stick around.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
So,
tell a friend. I'll give you $1.
Since you guys are loyal listeners, I want to ask, what do you want to hear us talk about? Yeah. What do you want us to, like, go over, hash out? Like, let us know.
Why is it Black Christmas again?
Right, because Black Christmas is a perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
So originally my pick for this week was going to be Slumber Party Massacre, because I absolutely fucking love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really want to do two 80s movies 2 weeks in a row. But I would.
Yeah.
I would. But if there's anything that you guys in particular would like for us to, like...
True Lies.
True Lies isn't technically horror.
Oh, Fatal Attraction.
So, Fatal Attraction... Is Fatal Attraction horror?
Probably
it's like a thriller. That's another erotic thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, my mother was asking if we were going to cover Angel Heart.
I would put it on the list right now if I could.
Do we have Psycho Gourmet on the list? We can definitely cover Psycho Gourmet.
I didn't hate that little girl.
I really, 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 really liked Psycho Gourmet.
Yeah.
A lot. I remember, like, as soon as I was done with it, I was like, I need you to watch this thing.
It made me think of Power Rangers.
It feels like a Gwar concert in the, like, but I don't have to be, like, pushed around by metalheads.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you don't get the fake blood all over you, but, like, I'm willing to, like, not be pushed around by metalheads. That's literally the only reason I went to Gwar was for, like, the exact theatrics that are in Psycho Gourmet. You know what I mean? Dan says Exorcist 3, Fallen, The Night House, Absentia, and Tetsuo the Iron Man. Fuck, I would love to cover Tetsuo the Iron Man.
I don't know her.
Also, Absentia is a great movie. And I do, oh my God, I want to talk about The Night House so bad, because I was enjoying myself so much until, like, the last 15 minutes. You gave Absentia 2 stars?
It must have been a bad day. Did I say why? Where's my review?
How did I gave it 3.5?
Yeah.
12. I love 12-Hour Shift, Mindy. 12-Hour Shift is made by the same woman who made Lucky, Brie Grant, and I am obsessed with Brie Grant. I think that we should all have eyes on Brie Grant. I think that she is a very unique and interesting talent and voice, and we should be watching her. Plus the fact that she let Angela Bettis be Angela Bettis. Just let Angela Bettis be Angela Bettis. That's what I love. I love it.
I said, not for me.
We did not do Unsane yet either.
Did I like that one?
I don't know if you liked that one. I liked it. It was the one that was the Steven Soderbergh one that was shot on an iPhone, and it has Joshua Leonard in it.
Still on my watch list. I never watched it.
I'm writing all of these down.
Somebody say Uzumaki.
I do want to. I would love to cover Uzumaki, but I would love to wait until they finally release the anime because it looks insane. But they keep pushing it back because they're trying to get it perfect, which I respect. But I'm ready to talk about Junji Ito whenever.
Yeah, let's do it. We can do it right now.
I love him. I just read Gyo recently. I always think that I'm not a big anime nerd, and then every time I am doing the non-horror recommendations, I'm always like, here's an anime that I really enjoyed recently. But I still don't consider myself an anime person. I just like good things. These are all so good. You guys are good at this. You guys are really good at this. God, I want to talk about all of them. Oh.
I'm just adding shit to my watch list right and left.
12-Hour Shift is a blast. It is a fucking blast.
How long is it?
An hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, good.
It is not long at all. And I wrote a piece that is now on, it used to be on Ghoulish Media, now it's on Phaser Media, but I wrote a piece about Lucky and how it subverted the tropes of the slasher genre to create a potent metaphor about feminism. I don't watch
that one either.
You gotta watch it. It's on Shudder. It's fantastic. It's so good. Terrified. Okay. I don't know if I've seen that one. It's not Terrifier, right?
Terrifier was so bad.
Reanimate Pieces. Pieces is one of my favorite movies of all time. Mindy, girl, you get it. You get me. And the stuff would be a fun one to cover because, I don't know. I like all of those 80s commentaries on consumerism a lot.
I like the poster.
Oh, that does. Oh, I've seen the poster for that. It's on Shudder. Oh my God, you guys have given us so many recommendations. All right, now I need to choose something. I'm going to choose something from this list. And it's hard to choose something from this list because you guys are amazing. Okay, I don't think that... can we cover The Night House yet? I don't think we can cover The Night House yet.
It's fairly new. I think it came out in August.
Yeah, and it's not on any streaming services yet.
I can't give out my password to everybody.
No, you can't make everybody do movies anywhere. So at
2 years old now.
At least, well, it didn't come out in 2020. It was released last year.
Because I bought it the day it came out. Whenever that was. Right. You know what we're not going to do is Antlers, because that was bad.
Yeah, I need to watch that too. That's on your thing.
Bad.
I know.
Do I own it?
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
Oh my God. It would be so much fun to cover Psycho Goreman. I've been wanting to do a horror comedy on here for a really long time, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to do Shaun of the Dead. But I don't think that's on anything right now. And I do want to get back into the habit of covering movies that are on popular streaming services because I just think that if we're talking about a movie that absolutely fucking bangs, then people are going to want to watch it. And I don't want people to have to pay for something because I was like, this is great. Give Amazon money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
They have enough money.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So this is hard because, okay, so my top 3 contenders after weeks of debate, which is a Mountain Goats reference, best ever death metal band out of Denton. It's a great song. I would say Psycho Goreman and Tetsuo the Iron Man. I would love to cover Absentia and talk about how there are all of these incredible Zombievers, good stuff. How there are all of these actually genuinely incredible low budget movies that people don't pay attention to because of the posters. Absentia is actually it actually made me uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't say that I wasn't able to turn out the lights later that night, but I was pretty uncomfortable sitting there watching it. And oh my god, I would just love to talk about Pieces. Phantasm series, yes. Oh my god, I do. We do got to talk about Phantasm at some point too. Okay. So, I've narrowed it down to 3 choices. Psycho Goreman, Tetsuo the Iron Man, and Phantasm. And then all of these, I'm not saying that we're not going to cover the rest of these bad boys. We probably will eventually. But just for next week, what am I itching to talk about? It's so hard. It's really down to Psycho Goreman and is Psycho Goreman still on Shudder and Prime?
Okay. Shudder.
Okay. How Tetsuo the Iron Man?
I don't remember, even though I just had it up moments ago.
I think it's also on Shudder. Nope, it's not on anything anymore. Damn it. Okay, so Tetsuo's out.
Sorry.
For now.
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
For now, because Shudder does pick it up pretty often. What about Pieces? Is Pieces still on Shudder? Pieces is so good. It's exactly what you think it is. That's right. Pieces is on everything.
Even AMC Plus.
It is on everything. If we do Psycho Goreman, are you guys going to come back? Will you come back next week to talk about Psycho Goreman?
5:15 on Thursday.
5:15. Well, actually, next week we're going to have to change the day that we do it.
Never mind.
Maybe Wednesday, because I work at the theater on Thursday.
So. Remember that song "Cigarettes in the Theater" by the Two Door Cinema Club?
Yes, I was just listening to Two Door Cinema Club while I was getting ready. I was just listening to What You Know and dancing.
I don't believe that. I mean, I believe it, but
I love
what
Two
are the
Door
odds?
Cinema Club. I love Two Door Cinema Club.
Do you know who else uses milk in the theater?
Yeah.
Alabama Worley in True Romance.
She did.
But you could back then.
She did, Clarence. You know Alabama Worley.
Well, he was named after Clarence Worley.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
And not like everybody else thinks my grandfather.
Okay.
Whose name was Clarence. Sorry.
Okay, so Mindy says she'll come back for Psycho Goreman.
I'll come back.
Chris, you'll come back for Psycho Goreman? What about you? What about you, baby?
Well, he's not allowed to leave, so.
Can you talk about Psycho Goreman? Do you?
My mother.
Anyway, I guess it's this is hard because I want to do everything that everybody that listens to us, that shows up every week. I want to do everything that you want to hear us talk about. I would cover the hell out of Promising Young Woman because I have so many thoughts and feelings. We could absolutely throw it. I'm going to write that down. I would say that Promising Young Woman is also a different type of rape revenge that is handled a lot better than a lot else of what is out there. What do you? He really likes this pen.
Okay, finally they've left Philadelphia.
Great.
So next week you'll see us with some bomb-ass water bottles.
We do. So we will have to do Phantasm. The only thing is that I am a little wary of doing two major 80s franchises back to back. And Phantasm, like I would love to talk about it.
I love Frailty.
Frailty. Dress to Kill is problematic, but it is still good. I mean, we covered Sleepaway Camp. Gosh, this is so hard.
Let's do Sleepaway Camp again.
Let's just keep covering Sleepaway Camp because that pot. I just want to talk about that pot.
Why was it so big and how did I get on board with it?
Oh my god. Why did I even open up this forum? Because now I want to cover everything that you guys have suggested. You're all so good.
I know, but
You're also good at this.
Don't worry, because the week after, I'm not taking any suggestions at all. I've already picked the movie.
Urban Legend is also good. Mindy, you're killing me. You're killing me. So... I have so many things here.
We have such great sites to show you.
We have such great sites.
Such great sites.
Such great sites
to show you.
Okay. I need to deliberate. Hold on.
Now, while she talks to the dog about what movie she's going to pick, I still want to do Reaper the Genetic Opera the week after this one.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I am going to watch it tonight.
Yeah, so there we go. We got a 2 week ahead spoiler.
Yeah. But
So
I might change my... Who knows?
who knows?
It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind.
You know what? Fuck it. I want to do pieces.
Pieces.
I want to do pieces. We're doing pieces.
And I'll start looking for pictures now.
I know that that's a jump from Psycho Gorman. I love Psycho Gorman. I love everything that you guys have suggested, even the ones that I haven't seen. Dan, I'm going to check out Terrified immediately.
But not Terrifier.
But not Terrifier because I don't need that clown in my
really
life.
Bad.
But I love pieces with all of my heart, and if you guys are still going to show up even when I talk about garbage movies, then that's all I really want, to be honest. All I really want is just to talk about the movies that I love. I want people to be aware of these movies, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for your suggestions, and keep them coming. I wrote all of them down. They're all here. Yes, garbage is my favorite subgenre too. I actually just I've been working at I don't want to say the name. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name, but I've been working at a local independent theater, and we recently had we had like a movie picking meeting because it's a revival theater. And somebody said that we should do like secret trauma movies, and I dug my claws in. You got it.
I watched the wrong one, guys.
You watched
I know.
the wrong one, Clarence. Yeah. Autopsy of Jane Doe and The Taking of Deborah Logan. I like the Autopsy of Jane Doe. What didn't you like about? I guess we would.
I can't remember, but I know that I love The Taking of Deborah Logan because I love a found footage horror movie.
I know that you do. You guys are keeping us busy, and I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Like, look at this. We have at least like 14 more weeks here.
Better put down the others because they keep requesting it.
Oh, right. Are you comfortable now, Clarence?
We Are Still Here is a great one.
Mm.
Because Barbara Crampton's in it.
Hell yeah. I just saw Barbara Crampton did one of those like TikTok trends where she was like, "My name's Barbara, but they call me," and like did like all of her characters, and I was like, "Ah!" I was so excited.
But she doesn't live long enough in that movie. Or does she live long? Which one did she live long in?
Definitely not in fucking
You're
You're Next.
Yeah, they kill her off too fast in that one.
I'm so excited to cover Pieces from Beyond. Okay, look at all of this. Oh my god. I fucking love you guys, man. I never thought.
Color Out of Space, put that one down.
Oh, Color Out of Space, that's important. We gotta start talking about Nicolas Cage around here.
I know, just put it down. We'll do a double feature, Color Out of Space and Mandy.
I can't believe that I just sat here and didn't think about the fact that I could force everybody to watch Mandy.
13 Ghosts.
I tried watching that recently, and it has the energy of like a Korn music video. But in a fun way.
Was it spelled like that?
Yes, it was.
I don't remember that being so British.
Well, Richard, what's his name, is British.
Yeah, I would take a bullet from Matthew Lillard.
Have you guys seen Matthew Lillard's TikTok? Because it's so dad. It's so cute.
I'm very old and I don't have a TikTok.
You don't have to have a TikTok to watch them on the app.
I'm very old and I don't want to watch them.
They're so.
My mom keeps sending them to me. Hi, Mom.
They're so good.
Steve keeps sending them to me because I'm not opening any of them.
I need to watch Jackass Forever.
God, I'd rather have.
You won't even do that with me?
No, I hate Jackass.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry because I've ruined many a house party because I don't want to watch it.
Hi, where have you been? The Banana Splits is a good one. I feel like that was like the precursor to Willy's Wonderland. I feel like that was the thing that like made Willy's Wonderland possible. But here's my thing. If you don't already know, which I'm sure everybody here already knows, I have heat ray vision for excuses to discuss Nicolas Cage, and I will find them, zero in on them, and then force people to talk about Nicolas Cage with me for extended periods of time. I'm trying to harness this and not use this as much, but it's really all I want.
We could either do a Mandy Color Out of Space back-to-back double feature, or we could do Reanimator Color Out of Space because they're both H.P. Lovecraft.
They are both H.P. Lovecraft. God, Mom and Dad. Oh my God.
Come to Daddy.
Mom and Dad, come to Daddy. Those could be Mother's Day and Father's Day right there. Ding, 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 ding. I think I brought my planner with me. No, I did not. You know what, I'm going to check. Check my pack. No, I didn't. It's sitting on my coffee table.
Damn that coffee table. Damn it. Straight to hell.
Okay. Wow. Also, like, I really want to cover Absentia too. I really want to cover something that's modern and super low budget like that.
I feel like it wasn't for me.
That's what you
That's
wrote?
what I wrote, but I remember liking it. Not anymore, I guess. Not at the time.
Not for me.
Not for me. I wonder why. I don't remember a thing about it.
I think that Absentia is fantastic. I think that it's really important to showcase low budget movies, even though now Mike Flanagan is like, a big shot, big time Netflix director. Resolution, The Endless, and Spring. Yes. What are their names? I forget that filmmaking team's name. But both Resolution and The Endless blew my mind open.
What was that one movie where it was just that they went to view a house and all the houses looked the same?
And all the house looked the same?
Yeah, and they couldn't get out of the housing plan.
Oh, Vivarium or something like that? I hated that movie because you know what? I get it. Domesticity is a cage. Like, yeah. Yeah, we all get it.
I fell asleep during the only good part, and I wouldn't go back and rewatch it.
I thought that it was cool that like the kid spoke with that voice. I thought that was scary. But otherwise, I don't care about men being like, settling down and having kids sucks ass. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
I have enough kids. Yeah, I love Jesse Eisenberg.
I love Imogen Poots.
Yeah.
I love Imogen Poots. Oh my god, we need to talk about Green Room.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you got to see Green Room.
It's been on my list for like 4 years. A24.
Green Room is important. Like, it is important. It is important. Oh my god, now I want to cover Green Room instead.
Damn yous all to hell. Yeah, it was. Ouija, Origin of Evil, was better than the original Ouija.
I agree with that.
What's that? Look at this dumb face.
Tusker Red State. I am down for any and all Kevin's. I will talk about yoga hosers. I don't give a fuck. You know what? We could get on this podcast and talk about Jersey Girl. My tombstone will say Jersey Girl was okay. I love Kevin Smith. Love Kevin Smith. Tusk, Red State, Bubba Hotep eventually. Like, guys, I fucking love horror. And I fucking love people who love horror and love to talk about it. He needed a little kiss.
Sometimes I pull his lips up and kiss him right in the teeth.
Jersey Girl introduced a lot of us to Sweeney Todd, which eventually I guess we should cover, but I'm just trying to avoid. Little Monsters, great one. I'm trying to avoid Johnny Depp for as long as humanly possible. I'm not a fan. Sorry, everybody. I'm not a Johnny Depp person.
Which is why I didn't mention Crybaby earlier, but I almost did.
But Crybaby is different because it's John Waters.
Mm-hmm. And what's her face is in it? Tracy Lords.
Mm-hmm.
Take a bullet for her.
I think maybe just for now, we should stop before I change my mind about what we're covering next week, because coherence is so good.
She just put her pen away.
I brought it back. It's back out.
My grandma uses those pens.
I love these pens. I wish that the point was a little bit thicker, though. I like a one.
I have a thicker point.
I like a 1 millimeter.
Mm-hmm. It's 0.8.
This is a 0.7.
Mm.
And I like a 1 millimeter. Because that's when you are a nerdy and anxious person, you have a preference for what millimeter the writing tip of your pen is. Okay. I am going to ask you guys to just for now.
Shut it.
Just for now. Stop. My mom sees the cat. Mm-hmm. Just stop sending suggestions for now. I've got.
Say hi.
Say hi, Sassel. Say hi, Sassel. Because we've got a lot here. A lot. And I would like to promise you guys that we will
do about half of them.
Eventually, I would like to do all of them. This podcast is almost a year old.
Mm-hmm.
And this is week 50. We can do 50 more.
We can do 100 more if you want.
We can do 100 more. We love doing this.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because I love horror movies so much. It is so hard for me to just pick one to do every week. If I had the time, we would do this podcast 2 or 3 times a week. I swear to God. And if anybody ever just wants to like DM me and chat about horror movies, please, I am literally always willing. Always willing.
I'm sometimes willing.
It's my favorite thing to talk about. And it's like when people message me, I can't even tell you how happy it makes me when people message me and they're like, hey, what did you think of this movie? Oh boy, now they're going to kiss. I can't with her so bad.
Mabel doesn't like being held.
She's hanging in there, aren't you? Aren't you?
Because I'm a good father.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, I think that it's always so hard to leave. It's always so hard to leave.
To say goodbye to yesterday.
But like, just so you guys know, this is always the highlight of my week. And just now, you guys sending all of these suggestions and all of them being movies that I love and I wish that I could just like go off about right now in this moment. It just makes me so happy. It fills my heart. So thank you. Thanks for being around. Mom, I'm gonna come get my mom picked up my cookie sandwich.
I saw your Instagram story and I said, no.
Completely understandable and totally fine. But my mommy picked up my cookie sandwich.
But I need to clip your nails.
My mom wants to come to your house because all the cats.
Come on. I have another one, but she'll never. I can't get her on screen.
Yes, thank you for starting to come to the live streams, Mindy. You have been a valuable addition. Dan, we're so happy to have you. We don't know how we got so lucky. I really only thought that like one person was ever going to listen to this and that it was going to be my very sweet, incredible, and loving mother who is here. But I'm getting kissed. But even if there were just like 2 or 3 of you, I'm still the happiest woman alive. This fills my heart with so much joy. I can't even explain it. I can't. I'm so fulfilled.
I know.
I'm so fulfilled. So anyway, I'm gonna go get my cookie sandwich. Clarence, you're a cookie sandwich. And I hope that you guys have a great weekend.
Yeah.
I hope that the Super Bowl halftime show isn't like a terrible, disappointing medley because I'm very excited. And if Mary J. Blige doesn't tell me that there's not going to be any hateration or holleration in this dancery, what will I do? How will I stop the hateration or the holleration?
I mean, you'll just watch the whole football game for nothing.
I'm not watching. I'm working. I'm literally just going to pull up YouTube TV on my phone and like be like,
Does that cost money?
YouTube TV? Yes, it does.
How much?
I don't know. My brother pays for it.
Because I have YouTube Red.
I think it's a lot of money.
I feel like it's like $60. Well, guys.
But I'm not paying for it.
It's now 7:21 here on the East Coast, and I have to take my trash out.
And I have to go eat a cookie sandwich, a vegan cookie sandwich. Can you imagine? I'm the happiest woman. I'm so happy. Clarence. I just drank a Diet Coke so that I could have a cookie sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye, everybody, I guess. I don't know.
Join us next week to taste more of our pleasures.
I think next week we're probably going to be meeting on Wednesday or Friday.
I don't know if we can do Friday. It's kind of Friday.
What?
We publish the podcast on Friday.
Oh, good point.
But we can like put it on Saturday if you want.
Would you guys prefer if we did the live stream next week on Wednesday or Friday? Because I work on Thursday, so we can't do it Thursday. Let us know. Because it will make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually watch the movie Wednesday night, so you'd have to let me know.
I usually watch the movie Wednesday night as well, and I had to do it Thursday during... Never mind. Wednesday better. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Pieces is easy. It's really easy.
How long is it?
What is that?
Those fucking kids.
Okay.
Don't share a wall if you don't have to.
Okay. All right. Next Wednesday at 5:15, guys. It's a date.
Piece is wrong.
It's a date. We will be covering. We will be covering the 1982 garbage classic Pieces. Okay, Clarence.
How long
Just
is
licking
it?
everything. So it is 85 minutes.
Where do you see that?
Right down here.
Oh, I usually look at my phone.
All right. So, bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
So long. Farewell.
I'm clicking the button. Bye, everybody.
Bye.